So yes, this is a different ice cream. I'm gonna have to ask you to trust me. So hold on here.
We've played around with this quite a bit.
Yes. So we're using again one of my favorite summer ingredients.
Oh, peaches.
Peaches. Love peaches, and we're using frozen peaches here. So you can either do them fresh, if you want to pick them yourself, freeze them yourself, but they often have a lot of great Canadian frozen fruit available for you as well. So you can definitely use those frozen peaches as well. And we always, promote frozen fruit and vegetables, especially when it's out of season.
Yeah, that's the best time. You don't want to be buying, all of your lovely fruits and your lovely berries in the winter time because they're traveling far and wide to come get to you. And as soon as something's picked, a fruit or a vegetable, it starts to lose its nutritional value the longer it sits
actually,
out.
frozen can have more nutritional value.
Exactly.
Because they freeze it as soon as it's picked.
That's right.
So even at the height of the summer, by the time you get to the grocery store.
Absolutely right. So frozen, and it can be a huge time saver as well. You just throw it into your ice cream recipes, your smoothie recipes, and it's quite easy.
Okay, so avocado, Christy mentioned. I know it sounds weird, but it's going to give us that sort of mouthfeel, that nice creaminess that we're looking for in a nice frozen dessert. So do you know the avocado technique? The cutting?
How to pick? Oh, how to cut.
How to pick, how to cut. So pick is one thing.
Yeah.
There's a little stem on the outside. Yours is
Yours is
missing
gone?
because I was checking to see if it was right.
Yeah.
If you remove that in the grocery store, be a little incognito about it.
Yeah.
Don't let the
They might
the
take
grocery
you away.
clerks
No.
take you. But if you flip it, it should be almost like a nice lime green, like a nice avocado green underneath. And that means it should be nice and ripe. And obviously you give it a nice feel test. If it's really dark and brown underneath that stem, that means it's going to look like that on the inside and it's past its prime. So that's a great way to sort of check for the ripeness. Now to cut it.
Around the half, right?
Right around the half. So we'll do it together. Let me find
Okay.
your knife. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So this is, it's just fun to do live. Sometimes
Okay.
I just do it at home even when I don't need avocado.
Wait for you?
Yeah, so we'll do it right on top of the cutting board. So,
I want to see Libby
so
do it.
always,
Oh,
but
wait.
always make sure, the blade is pointed away from your hand.
Okay, because I usually do it like that.
So do it straight into the cutting board because if it
Okay.
slips, it's aiming towards your hand, right?
Okay.
So right down to the pit, stop,
Yeah.
and then just roll the avocado. Yeah, there you go. Right around the pit.
Done?
Yay!
Twist.
Yeah.
There you go. It's faster than me. And then to get the pit out, if you were going to
Okay,
use
that's,
it.
I'm not good
All
at
right,
that.
all right.
So this,
Okay.
yeah, oftentimes
do it
you're
together.
digging it out with a
Okay.
spoon.
Yeah,
So move to the side.
and it
So
makes a
again, you
mess.
don't even have to touch the avocado. The
Yeah.
safest way, keep it right on top, and then you're going to use just a swift, very gentle slice into the pit, just like that. Hand away, hand away. You don't even need your hand there. There we go. And then twist. Oh, yeah, right. Try it again. Try it again. Put it
Okay, I
down.
have to do it a little harder.
A little harder. There we go. Yeah. Now twist. There you go. Nice. Awesome.
Not wasting any of that
Perfect.
delicious avocado goodness.
I'll take the
Wow.
knife. So we have lots of avocado
I didn't know
here.
that.
Yeah, it's cool.
More than enough.
Full of good ideas.
So we'll save all this. This is the softest one. So we're going to add a little bit of this avocado right on the bottom, just about half. And we're just going to squeeze it right in.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Make sure.
he doesn't
Learning
like
so
to dirty
much
too many
today.
kitchen
No.
utensils.
The less cleaning I have to do later, the better. So we're just
I
squeezing
support
that right in there.
Yeah.
And we're going to add about 2 cups of our frozen peaches.
Now I have a question.
Absolutely.
If you're only using half an avocado and you're saving half, does it keep better with the pit in it?
Yes, correct, yes. So you can
Great.
put the pit in, and the
Yeah.
second thing is put a little bit of saran wrap
Okay.
on top.
Yeah.
Just you want to limit the amount of oxygen exposed to the flesh. If it does turn a little bit, it's going to oxidize and turn brown eventually. You can just slice that little bit off if you don't like the look of it, and underneath you'll have the green.
Okay.
Absolutely. So about 2 cups in, frozen peaches. These
And
are
Geremy took the skins off of these peaches.
Yes.
So again, just being aware of the fiber content. So trying not to, fill up too much on it. You could leave it on if you can tolerate the fiber, then that's totally fine.
absolutely.
You
That's
could
okay
also
in ice cream, the peel?
the peel. I like it. I don't know if everybody does. I like when my ice cream has like little bits of fruit and things, so I don't do it really, really smooth. And I'm always about trying to keep in the fiber when it's appropriate or when you can. But in this situation, you definitely want to, remove the skins of your fruit. You're going to get a smoother product that's going to be easier for you to eat.
And you just do that by pouring boiling water over it. It just
Yes,
slips
exactly, yeah. So you can blanch your peaches, or if you get the frozen ones, they'll have the skin taken off. Or you could even use canned peaches that are packed in water if you wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so peaches, avocado. We're gonna sweeten it up with a little bit of honey. This is my honey bunny. Just a little bit easier to get the honey out. And about a quarter cup.
And one of the most common questions that we get asked by people who have been diagnosed with cancer is, shouldn't I be cutting sugar out of my diet? Should I be avoiding, sweeter foods? And so the answer to that is, you definitely want to eat foods that are packed with nutrition first and foremost. So you don't want to be avoiding your fruits or your dairy products that are healthy foods that naturally have sugar. And then to sweeten up some of your recipes, especially if you need the extra calories, then it's okay to add some sweetener to it and to use one that's natural. So we choose honey, sometimes we'll use maple syrup because you're getting some antioxidants in there as well, and you're getting some extra nutrients and minerals rather than just the white sugar where you're getting calories but not a lot of extra nutrition to it.
And you were saying that some people find things too sweet. Why is that?
Yes, so that can be just due to taste changes. So as a side effect of chemotherapy, sometimes people are extra sensitive to different tastes. And that's something that will kind of ebb and flow and should get better over time.
So we added half a cup of the pasteurized egg whites in there. And if you didn't want to use the pasteurized egg whites, you need a liquid for this recipe. So what are we looking at? Almond milk maybe? Or
Yeah, I would say, almond milk would be on the lighter side. So a lot of people use almond milk and they think, oh, it's nuts, it must have protein. It doesn't have much protein at all. So if you're trying to, boost up your ice cream for that person who's going through pancreatic cancer and its treatment, then you want to use something that's higher in calories. And high in protein, and that would be milk would be a great choice because that way you're getting the protein. You can go for a full fat version, and that can be helpful. If you wanted to use soy milk, that has more protein than a lot of the other milk alternatives out there. Or if you wanted to go with coconut milk, you're not going to get protein, but you're going to get some extra calories because it's higher in fat.
So we're going to add a little bit of lime zest, back to the zest again, and a little bit of that juice. So this, and you don't need too much. I put one lime on there. These are really big and juicy limes, so I'm gonna use about half. But that acidity again, when it's cold, especially with frozen desserts and frozen treats, the cold on your tongue actually mutes the flavor because it's cold. It's muting your taste buds. So you want something to sort of lift that up a bit. So that acidity helps there. So you can use lime, you can use lemon, use a little bit of orange if you want here. And that's it. So this is 5-minute ice cream. This is the best way to make fresh ice cream. Now it gets a little noisy, and if you're worried about it splashing, I don't have the greatest food processor. I just put a little bit of a buffer here. I ended up getting most on Christy last time, so that's why I'm putting it on this side of the countertop.
So we have our trusty aprons today.
Now, if you notice, I'm going to talk a little louder here. If you notice that it's not turning well, that means that there's probably too much frozen ingredients in there. So just add a little bit more liquid. So a little more of that egg white or a little bit of lime juice, even a little bit of water just so it starts to turn. If it's turning too easily and it's pretty thin, you can start to add a few more frozen elements. So you just want to sort of balance it out, play with it a little bit. I'm going to add a couple more pieces here.
If you don't have a food processor, people sometimes ask, can I do this in my blender? It's going to be more of a 15-minute ice cream because you only have the blade doing this much at a time, right? So you have to keep stopping, stir, and keep going. can be done, but the food processor makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, there's a much larger base, so the surface area is a little bit bigger. They do have some blenders now that have a much larger bottom instead of being funneled in, which will work. But honestly, food processors, we use them for so many things. They're great at chopping ingredients.
When you don't feel like chopping
yeah.
things small, throw them in the food processor. It's a really good kind of time saver and energy saver.
All right, so this will give you, it's pretty much done. It'll give you sort of a soft serve consistency, you can see here. And if I want it a little bit firmer, which I put it some in the freezer ahead of time, just for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes until it firms up and it's nice like ice cream. But I'll give Libby the first taste test.
Oh. I was hoping for that.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. And then the rest you have to wait. There you are.
Delicious.
So you get that fresh peach. There you go.
Not too sweet.
Not too sweet.
Yep.
There you go. Thumbs up.
Beautiful.
And that's a nice, fresh way to sort of turn some of that seasonal produce into a tasty dessert. And that ends it. That is
That's
the
it.
end of the
Thank you
class.
so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I want to thank
you.
Libby.
Thank you to Libby.
Thank you.
We had so much fun with you today.
And thank you guys. I learned a lot here today.
Oh, appreciate it. It was a lot of fun for sure. And everyone, obviously, get ready to try the recipes. And for the full recipes online, you can check out ELLICSR Kitchen's YouTube page, or you can check out Pancreatic Cancer Canada.ca. And our next Cooking in the Kitchen series is actually going to be taking place back here in the kitchen, 12:15 on Thursday, November 19.
Mark
So
your
mark it
calendars.
down. Again, all that information will be on our website and on Pancreatic Cancer Canada's website.
And a big thank you
yes.
to Pancreatic Cancer Canada,
Yes, and the
as well as
Gloria Pearl
Gloria Pearl.
Education Series.
Thank you
so
for
much.
supporting this initiative.
Yeah.